Bulbous reporting for screening with subject Rosemary, formerly of Knot 27. Romy clenched her teeth. None of the other insane soldiers went to the clinic any more than once a week. She averaged 3. Romy suspected the doctors tested her so much because she'd reacted differently to the loss of her knot. The year spent floating inside the cultivation tanks should have wiped away all of her memories, barring one. Her knot. Not in her case. No. In her case, every single thing was gone. She hated it so much, but she understood why the doctors would want to research her difference. All space soldiers possessed a flaw. The loss of a member within a knot rendered the other members insane. Repairing this mental flaw would greatly reduce the number of soldiers the Orbitos had to cultivate and harvest each month to keep their force at 4,000 strong to fight the Critamal. This had to be why the doctors showed so much interest in her. Then again, what did she know? She was bonkers. The white door retracted to the ceiling with a hiss of air, and she entered the pristine lab. "Disrobe," the pale-eyed man said. She clambered out of her white fatigues and settled onto the padded bed in her white underwear. 3 more doctors entered the room and began to roll Meditech into place around her. They slapped electrodes onto her chest, arms, and legs. Romy grimaced at the red spreading out from beneath the electrodes as her fair skin protested the doctor's rough treatment. "Nanos are fully operational," stated a female doctor. Romy chanted the words at the same time. She could probably recite the whole script of this visit. Not like she had anything else to do on Orbito Four. Insanity gets old. Quick. Her body wasn't the problem. The nanotech inside of her repaired any physical damage. Romy just wished they'd give her a task. Anything to stop her agonizing about the things she didn't know for 5 minutes. Apparently without a mind you weren't capable of doing anything other than operating a treadmill. Though she had found a way to help get through each dragging day. "Thrym," she began. Her imagination drew up a picture of him as a doctor placed electrodes on her temples, catching the small hairs there. She'd created appearances, personalities, and traits for all of Knot 27. Thrym, the joker of the group, blue eyes, olive skin. Whenever the rest of them were sad after losing comrades to the poachers, he'd break his back trying to cheer them up. She'd loved Thrym and the way his eyes danced, blue like Earth's sky. Occasionally he pushed the boundaries a bit much. She winced as an electrical current ran through her head. Sweat broke out on her forehead at the pins and needles in both temples. An acrid smell reached her nostrils. Was that from her hair? Romy returned to her daydream with renewed vigour. Elara, tall, dark, and beautiful, the perfect soldier. Deimos was her best friend. Together they were the stars of Knot 27, renowned throughout all 8 stations for their heroic actions. Romy was so proud of them, she thought her heart might burst. This left her and Phobos, the quieter members of the Knot. Identical in most ways, except he was smarter and she more reasonable. Romy smiled, ignoring that the pins and needles more closely resembled a stabbing sensation now. The burning hair smell grew steadily, overwhelming the clinical disinfectant in the room. Dr. Balbus frowned at the screen, tilting the monitor away as Romy tried to catch a peek. She pressed her lips together. The doctors never let her see the screen. Why was that? Paranoia is a symptom of insanity, Comet Face. Still, it would be nice to know what they'd found so far. Just a hint? Maybe that would trigger her memories of them. A lump rose in her throat. If the Thrym of her daydreams were here, he'd probably make a joke to cheer her up. She blew a strand of chin-length platinum hair off her cheek. Her job, in the limited capacity she could contribute after the battle, was to help, not hinder. To serve and protect. If the soldiers could hold Earth for another 848 years, until global warming passed, they could return to their homeland. No more fighting back the black-shelled aliens trying to invade and colonize the planet.